Oi, oi, you beautiful people. It's the Cockney Buddha, and it's all about getting real. This one I wanted to put out there, it's all about that quality of time. The quality of time spent. Not quantity, quality. Especially as a dad, and I've got two girls, and I experience this often, or I make myself experience this often. It's something that, I think we take for granted. You don't get that time back, remember. So how you spend it quality-wise is going to make a difference. Especially to those, when you want to bring on those memories. So here I am in sunny Florida. It's actually cooled down a bit here. It's quite nice. Went out this morning in my shorts and t-shirt. Oi, oi. Little bit of the old coal work. Making the most of these little bit more of a cold morning and during the day as well now. So thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to get into the subject of this quality of time. Quality of time, not quantity. You can spend a shitload of time with somebody, and remember, guys, what I say about time, I drum this into my guys all the time, and you've probably heard me say it quite a few times on the podcast. Time you don't get back. Time is a very important thing to have. You don't get it back, you can't earn it back. You can push yourself into the gym and take a few years off. Okay, fair enough, I'll give you that. But you're not pulling back the time. It's ticking, yeah? So I always tell my guys, where do you want to spend it? Where do you want to put it? But it's not only that of where you want to put it. What's the quality of time that you are going to spend? Because I think it's really important. And I'm going to use my daughters as an example on this one, because those bonding moments that I have with my girls, I've got a 22-year-old on the recording of this, of course. I don't know when you're going to hear this, but I've got a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old. And spending that quality time is really, really important. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're spending time with someone you love and you're going out and you're spending that, maybe you go to a coffee shop, or you're at a restaurant, or, you're sitting around the table at home in conversation. Are you surfing? Right? How many of us are sitting there surfing on our phone? I even like that quality of time when I'm sitting with my wife watching a bit of TV. And I catch ourselves quite often getting into the old surfing on the bloody phone. In fact, the other day I thought, oh my God, what the bloody hell am I doing? Because the old adverts come on, we both grab our phones, and I'm like, oi, surf break? What the fuck? Surf break? What? Did I just make something? Surf break. What the bloody... I'm not talking about a board on the water. No. I'm talking about picking up your bleeding dog and bone, mate, and giving it the old, flicking it the old thumb. Has anybody's thumbs worn out doing that? Oh, blimey, have a laugh, eh? Don't we? We get into it. But it's, all of a sudden you're not spending quality time. We're not talking. I remember going to the airport one year. Was going back to England for a visit, and I'm sitting by the gate. I got down to my gate, and I'm always like, I don't know about anybody else, I'm always like, rush to get. Once I get down to the gate, I'm all right, and then once I actually get on the plane and sit down, and I can start sorting myself out, I'm a little bit better again. But there I am sitting at the gate waiting to, jump on the old bleeding flying machine. And I caught myself surfing, doing a bit of surfing. And, you know, even a situation like that, here I am on my own, not alone, because I've got books, I've got my music, there's things I can do. But here I am, surfing, not using quality time on myself. Because that's a thing too, guys. Quality time for you. What do you want to do with it? You know, if someone gives you half hour to do something, let's say you're busy with work and everything, and then you get given half hour. What's your quality of time going to be? Now, it may be down to where you just want to, you want to veg out a little bit, but put your phone down. Put your phone down. The surfing on the phone, okay, it has its place here and there. But really, what do we get into? Can we remember half the shit that we surfed? If you're going through and you're reading a book on it, or you're looking at interviews and you're picking up, things for growth and stuff like that, and shit, go at it. Because if you're making yourself a better person, then that's quality time, right? But if you're watching a bleeding, dog run around on a screen and taking a shit, I don't think that's quality. Because what's it give? It might give you a bit of a laugh, might raise your energy a little bit, but then what do? Flick, and then there's someone talking about, some bad news or something, and you get caught on that. And then you're like, and then your emotions start going up and down, up and down, up and down, and you're wondering why you're all bleeding, agitated and feeling a bit shit. Turn the phone off, pick a book up. Pick a book up. Quality time. Quality time. And I get back to the airport, because here I am sitting at the gate. I've got the old thumb flick going on. Oi. Flicky, flicky, flicky. Right? And I thought, you know what? Look up. What's the matter with you? I could hear kids playing and having a good time. And I look up, and that literally is all I saw, was these two kids having an absolute blast. It looked like there was one kid that belonged to one couple and another kid belonged to the other couple. And these two kids, they've got to know each other, I guess, sitting at the gate, and they're playing. And there's one scooting around on a suitcase, and then I saw the dad get up. Thank God, someone was actually, into the quality time with their nippers, with their kids. Nippers. I'm saying nippers. If you ever hear me say nippers, Nippers, I nearly said it again. It's a kid, little one. And so I'm like, okay. And then the dad gets up and he starts pushing his kids around on on these suitcases and that. And I'm observing it, and I thought, right, do a scan around. I look around. Everybody is on the phone. Nobody's talking. I've walked into restaurants, and I'm going to put my hand up. I know we're to blame for it and all. I get it. But I've been I've walked into restaurants and looked around, and you're one of those like, oh God, I would never do that. And all of a sudden you sit down, you're like, flicky, 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 right? Put your phone away. You're not spending any quality time with the person you're sitting there with. And if you're there on your own, leave your dog and bone in the car, yeah? Put it in the motor. Leave it there, or turn it off, and spend some quality time with yourself. Look around, observe. See what's around you. Have a conversation with somebody. Talk to the person that's coming up and, doing a good job and helping you. Well, I say good job. But, they're coming up and they're serving you and they're helping you. And there's so many times I've sat there with my phone down and they've come up and I've got in conversations with them, and some of the time, actually, there's been a good few times, I'll go, what do you recommend? What do you like? What would you add that with? And they love it. Love it. Because who doesn't want to be asked? Because all of a sudden you're putting them in a position of purpose. They're present with you now. It's quality time. You're spending quality time with somebody. and you're getting to know a human being instead of some bullshit human being, whatever the heck we're looking at on the bloody phones, right? The dog and bones are a nightmare. Nightmare. We're not spending quality time. We text a lot, yeah? It's something I want to start, I think I want to start getting out of it, to tell you the truth, because hit the bleeding talk button. It's all right for quickness. I get it. If you haven't got the time and you want to send a quick message, like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. But if you find you're starting to get, back and forth, what up? Blip, ring, 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 hello? It works, the phone, you know what I mean? You can have a conversation down that bloody thing. You don't have to keep on, and then you're like, oh my God. And what are you doing? Your neck's forward, right? And by the way, every 10 degrees you go forward, you're adding like 10 pounds onto the bloody back of your neck because your bleeding noggin is heavy, yeah? And you haven't got much I've got neck problems right now, and I'm sure this is some of it, because what do? Every time you edge your head forward, you're not sitting upright or standing upright looking at that bleeding square thing in your hand, are you? You've got your head forward. And I read in my chiropractor's office, they had this angle of, I think it was 60 degrees. And, like I've just said, it was 60 pound of pressure on the neck. And I'm sitting there going, oh, yeah, I'm in here for me neck. But, I can't see that doing that. But it does, because you're always doing it. You're always down, you're always looking down. Spend quality time with people, especially, like I say, with my daughters. I find it really, really important. And, the old me was a little bit behind with all this. It wasn't until I started, my journey and finding out, hang on a minute, I've been doing this all bleeding arse about face, haven't I? Bit tits up, bit pear shape, right? Because it's only since I've started learning about myself and getting into this journey, and then my girls growing up, to be these beautiful human beings, that now I'm seeing, blimey. And I tell you, I've let my anxiety get in the way. I know a lot with that, with the quality time. Like dad-daughter days at school. The old nerves would get the better of me. And it was, and listen, people out there are going, oh, to force myself. No, then you don't know what it is. Because I tell you what, I've had careers die because of my anxiety. Literally, you couldn't do it. I was a chef, and a good one actually. And I'm not blowing my own trumpet. This is going by what people have told me and everything. And being around in the kitchens and working my way around in different kitchens and getting up to the spot that I really wanted to get up to, which was out there at Victoria and Albert's out there at Disney. If anybody knows that restaurant, hey, big shout out to Victoria and Albert's. And the chef there was a chef called Scott Hunnell, great guy. And I had to bow. But you know what? When it comes down to spending quality time with my daughters, I'm going to get back to my daughters. When it comes down to spending quality time with my daughters, it's bloody important. Because not only is it good for me, but it's good for them. It's quality time. I absolutely jump at the chance. There's been times when I've been sitting in a chair watching whatever bleeding crap on the TV, right? That's a bunch of old pony and all, isn't it, eh? Bloody hell. What a bleeding 2 and 8 that is, all the bloody crap on the old TV, yeah? Jeez Louise, eh? But when one of my daughters come down and say, hey, Dad, you want to grab a coffee? Shit. Yep, boom, I don't care. I'm in. What time is it? Oh, yeah, all right, oi. As long as I ain't got work, I'm in. And I tell you what, I'm like, hey, what do you want? And sometimes we run down. Sometimes I'll come down and I'll say to my daughters, yeah, listen, my wife might be working. I'll be like, hey, you want to go and get some boba? Oi. They ain't going to turn that down. And then I'll spend quality time. talking, having a laugh, taking in the moment. And it's not the amount of time, because you could spend, let's say you spend 3 hours with somebody. Is it quality? Are you surfing on your phone? Are you not paying attention? Are you not listening to them? Are you wanting to talk and say everything that you want to say and you're not hearing them? Where's the quality in that? Where's the quality? Do you want to make memories with people? Or do you want to not remember because it was, oh, hang on a minute, I was doing the old flicky, shit. Oh, that went a bit pear-shaped. Hey, do you remember that time when blah, blah, blah? No, but I remember what was on Amazon. Got a package coming next week, oi. Yeah, come on, man. Spend quality time. Put your bleeding dog and bone down, yeah? And spend that quality time because it's important. And if you don't do it, you're going to start regretting it. And then you're going to get to, trust me, my girls are older when I started really seeing, what did I miss before that? Don't let it happen, guys. It's really important. It's just not it's not only who do you want to spend your time on, it's what quality do you want to give? What quality do you want to receive? Because you ain't going to receive it because it's, I find it a bit disrespectful if you're not really, engaged. Leave your phones at home. In fact, one of the best bloody dates I had with my wife was when I actually forgot my phone and didn't even realise I'd forgotten it. But I realised when I got in and I was like, that was a really banging night. I wonder why, Buddha. Because I spent bloody quality time, didn't I? Sod me. So get out there, especially if you're a dad. Get out there with your kids, yeah? And spend some quality time. Be with them. Not with you and that bloody phone. Please get out there and subscribe and give a like, yeah. I love all of you. Thank you for tuning in and supporting and just being there for me. I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. Stay that course, guys. Namaste.